Hello, and welcome to the very first Victory Loves Company podcast, a podcast devoted to making your life goals and tasks easier. I'm Conrad Agderian. Each weekly episode will consist of a variety of topics, varying but not limited to basic investing, to buying your first home, how to deal with criticism more healthily, tips on starting and maintaining a business, to exercising more effectively, or simply me ranting about a good or a bad movie I had just saw. And of course, everything in between to make this a little more interesting. The podcast will consist of myself and occasionally having guests on who are experts in their fields. I do not brand myself as a specialist in any one particular arena, so if I do not know the answer to something, I will certainly ask someone who does, hence this podcast. So the occasional seasonal investor, realtor, doctor, personal trainer, and so on will be making appearances on the show to shed better light. My goal for the show is for me to help you put aside any doubts, anxieties, and alleviate any concerns you might have when trying to attack a problem or achieve a goal. So this podcast is devoted with you in mind. So who the hell am I? My name is Conrad Agderian. I live in the New York City metro area, and I currently own and operate a very successful party equipment rental company that services the tri-state area, which I started in 2008. I've been married for over 3 very lovely years now, and currently am battling a very bad case of hemorrhoids. I'm just kidding, I've only been married for 2 years. Anyway, a little about me and my professional background. I pretty much have been fired from every job I've ever had. My hobbies include napping, trash-talking reality shows, and tagging complete strangers on memes online. I was an average kid in school, mostly B's and C's. Out of high school, I attended aviation school, which is still a passion of mine, while working for a local supermarket, which I was let go for after about 10 days. And I think out of those 10 days, 7 of them were probably training. During and after aviation school, I was delivering pizzas for a national pizza chain, which I was fired from a year after. Then later went to work for one of their competitors, where I was let go after about 3 years of service there. Then I started to deliver flowers for approximately 4 years, after which, as you can probably guess, I actually quit. See, I got you there. I said pretty much fired from every job. This would have been the exception. It was my tenure at the flower shop is what actually helped me get my business off the ground, which I will get to in a later episode. So my final attempt at keeping a job came in 2009, where I landed a white-collar job at a pharmaceutical company making $20 an hour. They were so impressed with my work that they decided to keep me for a whopping 3.5 months before deciding to let me go. Soon thereafter, I enrolled back in college, where I eventually got my bachelor's degree in business. So there was a point there where I was working 2 jobs, trying to get my business off the ground and going to school full time. My current record for working without a single day off is 67 days. This is a record that I am in really no hurry to break. So in the summer of 2008, I started my very own company, which is an LLC, off of a $700 loan. I purchased some basic equipment, which was used, and I got myself a very basic website and started working for myself. Through blood, sweat, and tears, and many, many, many sleepless nights, it eventually led me to live a very comfortable lifestyle, making my own hours, to which I would not change for anything in the world. But the path there was not easy. And if it was, everybody would do it. So as an entrepreneur, you wear many hats. Along the way, I have had the pleasure of meeting some very high-end clients and working with a lot of high-profile companies. Thus far, I have been featured in Martha Stewart Weddings magazine. I had made 2 appearances on the Dr. Oz show, the Food Network, and my crowning achievement is being featured on Good Morning America on ABC. So enough about me, and let's talk about you. Like I said, these episodes are dedicated with you in mind. The advice and tips that I give on this show come from experiences that I have personally been through. My goal here is for you to obtain at least one takeaway from my show that will in some way aid or improve your life. Whether it's to inspire you to do something, reframe your thinking, or just simply to share a laugh. If you have any suggestions or if there are any topics you would like me to address on the show, you can always email me at thevictorypodcast@gmail.com. While you're there, please check us out on Facebook and on Twitter at VLC Podcast. So there you go. There's our very first show. I want to thank you very much for listening to Victory Loves Company. I am Conrad Agdarian, and I look forward to talking to you next week.